the hell? There we go. Thing takes forever to just start. I hit start like 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
And now we finally
StreamYard sucks.
Everything.
I
got news for you, Harry. Everything sucks.
Yeah, I hate it. I really do.
It's kind of a trigger now to just annoy you.
Yes. Well, you know what else annoys me is, we haven't done one of these in a couple of weeks, maybe 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And, I'm getting messages on social media acting like, that we retired, we've been off for a month. And I'm like, what? Like, first of all, I don't want to be the one that's constantly reaching out to you to do a freaking show. Like, I want to see a little bit of gumption out of you to say, hey, we haven't done a show. Let's do one, and today you provided it. You actually sent me a text. This is the first time, probably since the first year that we did this freaking thing, that you actually had a text full of topics to discuss.
That is not true. Take that back.
You haven't done this at
not
all
in a while, Harry.
Not in the hockey season. See, it's all
off
out of
season,
the hockey bag now. See, so now you can actually concentrate on doing something else.
Well, I sent you a text the other day. I said you want to do one on Wednesday.
Yeah,
and then you fired back and said you must have had a tea time or something.
No.
A dentist appointment, the hair cutter coming over, or whatever.
It was actually.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah. I got
appointments.
Another dude. I am like an absolute senior citizen when it comes to my weeks. I've got all this bullshit scheduled, like you mentioned, haircut, dentist, periodont, like all this shit. Dermatologist. I feel like I'm 78 years old and I'm retired.
Yeah. You're just getting none of the fringe benefits of retirement, though.
Right. Well, yeah, I am actually.
Well, you're golfing a shitload, and you're getting in 76 holes of golf a week. That is true.
Yeah.
Or 72, I should say. Let's keep it on the parameters of 18. This is episode 96 of the Odd G's podcast. Harry Mays, Jason Fierce. The other thing, too, people send us those tweets.
Yeah.
Look, we are under no obligation.
Correct.
We're not going to let's just do one to do one. Like, I don't give a shit enough to just go, okay, I need to feed you,
content.
I'm the monkey with the cymbals here going,
right.
No, I don't give a shit.
Right. If the monkey with the cymbals was getting a steady diet of, cash,
cha-ching,
the monkey with the cymbals would be here. Trust me.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, because I have a weekly thing with the golf podcast that we
swing it and dig it.
DraftKings, Comcast Business, and and various other sponsors, so that you got to churn out that content.
Yeah.
So we're on a different setup here.
Yeah.
And I got my N4L hat on. You see this? I'm representing.
Yeah, Not For Long Media. Very nice.
But it's not the same setup. So we can kind of come and go as we please, and basically come on here when we feel we have enough content to really give you something.
Yeah. And like Flyers Daily, like during the season, I have to do that every day. That's part of my contract.
Right. I don't understand that, but that's a whole other thing.
Yeah. I mean, this time of year is only 3 days a week, but.
Yeah. Well, okay. That's good to know, because I don't know how you would churn out 5 shows a week during the off season of a team that didn't even make the playoffs. Yeah. But I'm not going to come on here and just break down last night's Phillies game. You know what I mean?
You can turn on the radio and get some boob to do that for you.
Right. I'm not doing that.
Well, can you get somebody on the radio anymore, Harry? Are they still employing people, or are they AI now on sports radio?
I have no idea.
Me neither.
I guess since we were last on, there was more layoffs in the business, but it was at NBC Sports Philly.
Yeah, who all got laid off there? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I don't really know that many people, or didn't know that many people over there to begin with. But you would probably know better than I with the Flyers connection. But I don't know how many people were let go, but it's just all over the place, man. In this business, whether it's sports media on television, radio, whatever, it's a bloodbath.
It is, and since we last, I don't think we were on since the reduction in force at the Fanatic in Beasley, were we?
We haven't been on since
I'm not sure.
Got let go.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think that we have. I don't think we've commented on that yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I was sorry to see that. I was, some good people over there.
Yeah.
And
Crackpot got let go. Crockpot.
Yeah. Vassilotti, who I love.
Yeah.
You know that. And, he was on the morning show or various.
We were at his wedding, Harry, you and I.
Right. What? No.
Were you at his wedding?
No, I was at
you didn't get invited?
I was at South Shunis's wedding.
Yeah, I skipped that one.
Oh. I was there, and Mikey Miss was there.
I must have had a game that night.
Right.
At the barn.
Yeah, no, but Vassilotti, I mean, we were buddies and still are. I mean, I texted him immediately once I got the news, and the same with Pat Egan, who we have fun with here on this show, but he's a good friend. And, it sucks. I mean, because where do you go?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of a, do you go and get your insurance license, which I could do. I used to sell insurance. I've considered that, going back to that, but I don't know. But what do you do? You drive Uber?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah, Pat's got some young kids, real young kids.
I know. And that's the scary thing about it. The same with our
buddy Mark. What are his options?
I mean, he's got a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Johnny does. And I know he's got some things, irons in the fire, and he's doing some things. But, that's one of the reasons why, there was other reasons, why I never did do the kid route. Yeah. Because I was in radio, and it could end.
You knew it was volatile.
It could end at any moment.
Yeah.
I mean,
look, anybody that's in it right now, I got bad news for you. It's coming for you too. So if you weren't in this round of layoffs and you're on the air, you're gonna be in that chair someday, relatively soon.
Well, what do you think? They're gonna just do AI sports talk?
I mean, what's the point of what they're doing now? If you're not going to commit to it and spend money on talent, then why are you even doing it?
I don't know.
Because you get no return. You have to put money in to get money out in spoken word format content.
Yeah.
And if you don't put the money in and you just keep sucking it dry like they've done, then they're going to be bankrupt. Look, Odyssey already went fucking bankrupt. Yeah, and that company, when I sold my stock, I was in that company. Mm-hmm. It was Xfinity Broadcasting, then it became CBS Radio, then it became Entercom, and then it became Odyssey through some sales and stuff like that. And when I was in management at WI Pay, one of the things that you got every year as part of your compensation package was RSUs or VSUs, vested stock interest.
Stock, yeah.
Yep. And when I got fired, I said I could let this stock ride or I can cash it out. I waited about a year. So in 2012, I cashed it out. I sold my stock for almost $40 a share.
Wow.
You know what that stock's worth now, Harry?
What's less than $1?
Well, about 3 cents.
3 cents.
3 cents.
Is that true? 3 cents?
I'll look it up right now. Exactly what their stock. They just went through.
I don't want to give out false information. This
is not insider trading.
This isn't a fake news network.
No.
Okay, you can get that on TV.
Oh no, sorry, Harry. It's up now. It's 16 cents.
Are you serious?
I'm serious as a fucking heart attack.
Well, I know. I mean, the parent company has filed for bankruptcy, but there's a couple of thriving areas in the country for Odyssey, Philadelphia being one, where WI Pay, 1210 PHT is doing really well. There's a couple others, around the country that are really doing well, but the company itself was really poorly run.
Yeah.
And they spent all this tons of money that really they didn't have to spend, in my view, making these glamorous studios in the center of a city. Yep. And it's like this was all during around the pandemic too. It's studios became totally unnecessary. We're doing what we're doing from home.
Sorry, Harry. I sold my stock for $211 a share.
$211.
Wow. Yeah, I was off. I just look back
You're
at
like
it.
the Bill Gates of Odyssey.
Well, that stock at one point, Harry, was worth $1,800 in 2000.
Per share?
Per share. It is now 16 cents.
My goodness.
16 cents, Harry.
Wow. That's amazing.
A whopping 16 cents. It is down 99.98% all time.
Wow, that's incredible.
Jesus. You know when they say there's a 99.9% chance?
Yeah.
Well, you got that 0.01. So you're telling me there's a chance. You go Dumb and Dumber on it. Lloyd Christmas.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, no chance. It's unbelievable. And, Egan was the longest tenured guy there because he started there in 2011.
Yeah,
as an intern, and then
okay. So yeah, he was the
longest tenure guy at the Fanatic.
He was there before Gargano.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Anthony came in like 2000.
Well, yeah, Gargano's no longer there anyway. So what am I saying?
Yeah.
But okay. No more. I mean, Mikey Miss came on board in like 09, I want to say.
I think about 08 or 09.
09. Well, it was right when they went to FM, right?
No. He started on AM and then went to FM about a year into his tenure. I remember I wrote a programming thesis, Harry. I've not written many theses in my career. But I wrote a programming thesis when I was working for CBS Radio on the race to FM to send this up to New York and the bigwigs, that we had to be the first spoken word station at WIP to get to FM first.
But the Fanatic beat them.
And I broke down all the numbers on what it could mean and where they should put the WIP on FM. I did not want it to go to YSP. Because I knew that would strengthen MMR in the market by removing a rock competitor.
Yeah,
I thought it should have gone to WOGL. That was my
the oldies station.
Yes.
Yeah.
But which is a successful station. Yeah, oldies 98.1.
Yeah.
WOGL. Big Ron O'Brien. But yeah, so I wanted it to go there, and I had a breakdown of the ramifications, and then the Fanatic beat WIP to it because they drugged their feet. Yeah.
Imagine that.
I'm not just some honk that talks on the air, Harry. I was doing research.
Yeah, you were doing theses.
I did a thesis. I'll see if I can dig that up and post it here on the program.
What is the plural for thesis? Theses?
Thesi.
Thesi?
I have not done thesi, Harry.
No, you just
I did a thesis.
You were one and done.
Yes.
That was it.
Yes. Yeah, kind of like the Flyers' trips to the playoffs over the past decade, Harry. One and done.
Right.
Joey B's checking in, Harry, and he goes, Mertz Beard in full winter NHL playoff mode. It is a bit unruly these days.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
I have not shaved since the end of the season, other than a minor trim underneath.
Yeah, I mean, what does your wife say about that?
Does that matter?
It should.
She doesn't care.
She doesn't care?
No. I mean, look, I am what I am, Harry.
I'll tell
I'm
you
the man
what.
of the mountain.
If I let myself go like that, I would be out on my ear.
I'm not letting myself go. I mean, I've been very physically active of late.
No,
I'm doing a transformation of mind and body, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I am.
Well, let's hear about that.
Very cognizant of what I'm putting in to the furnace, Harry.
Yeah.
Cleaner eating. Been walking and exercising and lifting and all kinds of stuff like crazy.
Yeah, I'm lifting too.
Down 14 pounds since the end of the season.
So I've gained weight.
Well, you're getting muscle.
Yeah.
I'm just shedding now, and I did 16,300 steps yesterday in an hour and 10-minute jaunt, and then the day prior I did 18,000 steps. I feel
I gave
good.
up on cardio. I'm done with cardio.
You're done with that? You've had enough?
Yeah, I've had enough cardio.
Well, look, Joe Staszak says cardio's the route, Harry.
Yeah.
That you want to shed pounds, you walk 10 minutes a day. Should we go to this video? As a matter of fact,
that's a good.
Let's just dip all over the place here.
Yeah.
So this was sent this morning. I think Johnny Mark sent this to you.
Epic
right?
Swagger, I think, is the name of his. Is it a company?
Yeah.
What is he?
He's like a life coach, I believe.
Is he like a life coach? Physical consultant, like a sort of a, I don't know, bodybuilder, a trainer,
is he a motivator, influencer.
Yeah.
So Johnny Mark sent this morning, and Staszak puts out these videos on his Instagram, I suppose, every day.
I love how he's got the sunglasses on, like he looks like Phil Mickelson.
Oh, well, yeah, he's always got those aviators on, like he thinks he's Maverick.
Like the mirrored aviators. Yeah,
he's Maverick.
It's part of his brand, actually. It's part of his brand.
Yeah. So here he is. Here's his video, I think, from today.
Okay.
Hey kids, Joe Staszak, founder of Epic Swagger, with your nugget for the day. Yes, I know I'm wearing a hot pink shirt. They were supposed to be red, but we're all pink jokes, so let's move on, shall we? Has anyone ever told you to take a walk? That's pretty good advice, because walking is one of the best things you can do for your overall health when it comes to exercising. I mentioned it yesterday on my nugget.
On his nugget.
Start with a 10-minute walk,
Not
and
noontime
then on day
nugget.
2, do a little bit more.
Okay, I've had enough. He talks about how to get moving and all that kind of stuff.
And he was, wasn't he in one of them saying like to walk 10 minutes a day or something?
That's what he was saying there. Yeah.
What's 10 minutes a day gonna do?
Well, that's where you start. You start
That
off
doesn't even
small.
get your heart going.
Don't overwhelm yourself.
Come on, Stazak.
Start by getting, a couple thousand steps in, and then incrementally build up. Because if you go too hard, too fast, Harry, and I agree with Joe on this, you're gonna be too tired, too sore, and you're gonna throw in the towel.
Well, I'm looking at a picture here, a before and after of Stazak, where he was 213 pounds pre-training, 23% body fat.
Wow.
And afterwards, he's 191 after 19 weeks and down to 11% body fat. And he says, Joe Stazak has been where you are now. This is your wake-up call. You get what you want by being it, not chasing it. Be epic. Be the one. This program gives you unthinkable success by delivering the healthiest, most magnetic, alluring, and confident you. Build your mind and body and spirit. Don't delay. Let's get started today.
Wow.
I just did a live read for him.
I'm inspired. There's a video on here of him and Lombardo. Here we go.
Well, that's
just a picture.
That's from a long, long time ago.
Yeah, well, he's got this 70 weeks ago. Jesus, he's got to update this
a while
Instagram.
ago.
If he's going to be my life coach, he's going to have to post a lot more often.
Well, I would take advice from Stazak. I wouldn't take it from Lombo.
No, I would not either.
No, that is not happening.
Unless it's on Brill Cream.
No, it's not happening.
That is classic.
Wow. The Sun Twins.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
look,
I
I'm
gave
proud
them
of
that
Stacey.
name. Yeah. He's
doing good work.
Yeah.
Good guy in the community.
Now, does he have a tanning bed at his house?
I don't know, but he is dark, man.
Because he looks like one of the wrestlers, like
chocolate.
Hulk Hogan, like from that era in the 90s, 80s and 90s when like Macho Man and Hogan had the tans.
Yeah.
Like that's what he's got one of those tans. It's like
He gets
that
the tan under here, too.
That reddish brown tan.
Yeah.
You know, it's like really
It's a
like,
milk
in your
chocolate.
face. Yeah. Yeah.
He's got the Paulie Walnuts reflector to get under the chin. Oh, it's so classic. Joey B says he had a walk last night to the buffet, and then he had one this morning to the breakfast buffet.
Joey B did. Yeah, not
Yes.
Stazak. I'd like to know what
my
Stazak eats. Like, is he like on protein powder and stuff like that?
Oh, dude, he'd open up his bag at the studio, and a pharmacy would fall out of
That
supplements.
big duffel bag that he used to carry around.
5 iPads.
Right, right.
The dude would literally do a show with 3 different iPads.
Really?
Oh, he had them all set up. It was like a nerve center. You thought he was going to like launch missiles or something.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Absolute beauty. He's been a guest on the program.
I know.
We've had him on here.
We got to have him on again now that he's started this epic swagger.
Yeah, maybe we'll do some sort of challenge. You know, like get the weight off, get fit challenge with Joe Stazak. Yeah. He can be the official life coach of the Odd Sheets podcast. He is going to be disappointed, Harry, when we do a show every 2 or 3 weeks.
Exactly. I'm just trying to get better hip turn, more thoracic turn, and get deeper into my swing. That's all I'm trying about. Screw this cardio crap.
Oh Jesus, you and this golf. Enough already. What'd you think of the PGA? There's a lot to talk about there. They just had a press conference for Scotty Scheffler about the cops and stuff, and
oh yeah, well, that was surreal. Like that was. I thought it was fake.
Did you see the poll video they put out today, Harry?
No, what?
He's like kind of pulling around slowly to the entrance, and a cop comes up and slams his windshield, and seconds later he's in cuffs.
Oh, I didn't see that.
They just released it about an hour
really?
ago. Yeah.
What now? Is that like body cam footage from somewhere?
No, it was a pole footage. It was on like a camera on a pole.
Oh, okay.
Like like a electric pole or whatever.
Yeah. Wow. No, I didn't see that.
Well, I thought it was awesome for his brand, though.
I do too. Those charges will be dropped.
Yeah,
they'll be dropped, and it is good for his brand because
the memes were fucking awesome.
He's the most unlikely guy to get in any kind of altercation or trouble with authority. Yeah. I mean, seriously. And I mean, I thought at the time, the police, and I thought he handled it so great. Afterwards, after he shoots 66, coming out of a jail cell, doing his
stretching in the cell,
in a cell on a mat. But then he goes to the media and says about how he loves the police. He's a big supporter in law enforcement, and the cops over there, were great to him, and all. He handled it so well. He didn't have an axe to grind. He didn't call out the guy that.
Well, he made his tea time.
Well, yeah, he made his tea time. But yeah, that was incredible. And then the next day, his caddy had to fly back to home for a graduation in the family, which they had already agreed upon that he was going to be able to do that.
Yeah,
and I think he really needed him there that day, because I think he was still in shock throughout the entire second round, and he's just going out there and playing golf in sort of a zone.
Yeah,
he eagled the first hole.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden reality kind of comes in, and the mental exhaustion of the whole thing.
Right, and I think it all kind of came and just hit him.
Yeah,
and he really needed his caddy that day, because I don't think if his caddy goes home, he scratches out par or slightly below par. He's not shooting 2 over.
Yeah,
with his normal caddy. But yeah, I thought it was an entertaining week. I'm glad Schauffele, guy like Schauffele, won it, finally broke through. He's really super solid and has been so close. He's always hanging around the top of the leaderboard and finally kicked the door in a major. I would have been fine if Morikawa had played great and won his third. And I'd have been fine if he
stumbled on the final round.
Yeah, he didn't make anything. He was very conservative and made 1 birdie all day, and that was at the final hole to shoot even par.
Yep.
But I was massively entertained watching Bryson DeChambeau, and I would have been fine if he won the damn thing.
Yeah.
He shot a 7-under round, bogey-free.
Wasn't even the best round of the day, though, Harry.
No, but I can't take my eyes off of that guy now.
No, me neither.
He made his own irons with a 3D printer.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know that? I mean, he's insane.
Yeah, that's Anthony's favorite golfer, too.
What?
Bryson DeChambeau.
Oh, no. I see why you said that.
Yes.
No, but he likes Rory.
Yeah.
He and the bro were all about the laddie, as they referred to him. And I told him, screw the laddie. This is way back when we were all together on the radio. I'm like,
laddie
I'm out on the
since
laddie.
You gave him that
exactly
name.
Right. Exactly. The laddie was a non-factor last week.
Well, apparently the laddie's a factor with one of the announcers on
That's
CBS.
A rumor. Yeah, that's a rumor. It's a juicy rumor.
Yeah, it's very juicy.
Amanda Balionis, who's originally from Lancaster County, by the way.
Correct.
And she was married not too long ago and became Amanda Renner, and had, in the last couple of months, ditched the Renner and is back to Balionis. And now that Rory files for divorce, there's a big juicy rumor that the two of them are getting it on.
Yeah, in cahoots.
Yeah. It has to do with somebody that either works or goes regularly to a Starbucks in the same neighborhood in San Diego where Balionis lives. Oh. And she frequents this place too. And the rumor is, I don't know if it's a person that works there or a person that's always in there drinking coffee and sitting on their computer the way these people do in these coffee shops. But somebody says that they saw Rory McIlroy come in a hat, like pulled down over his face, but nobody else recognized him. But this person recognized him, picking up an order, which was Balionis's regular order at the Starbucks. It was phoned in, and Rory came in and got it and bolted out of there. And this person swears that was Rory.
So that's
McIlroy,
the tip-off.
And that's where it came from, according to what I read.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't like either one of them, so they can cavort all they want. I'm good. Yeah. Good for them.
Cavort in your own time. Just not my time.
Yeah. I'm not a Balionis fan.
Yeah,
and I thought it was Rory come up short.
What'd you think of how the course played, though, Harry? Because it was...
Well, it was wet.
But, so the scoring
was wet, and there was no wind.
Yeah.
If I don't care if you...
Too easy.
If I don't stretch these... But I don't care. Like all these golf like purists, these
you got to be. It's got to be.
Oh, it's got to be. If it's above 5 under par, the golf course was not championship worthy. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Like seriously, who cares what the final score is?
If they're all playing the same course.
Exactly. There was drama. That's all I care about as a golf fan. I want to see guys make birdies.
Yeah.
I don't want to see guys struggle, for 4 days, barely scratching out a 1 under to win. That's not fun to me.
Who was it? Shane Lowry with that round?
60. Yeah, he shot like 62, I think.
62.
Schauffele shot 62 the first day.
Yeah, he had a chance to get 61, which has never been done in a major.
Right.
And he goes up to 18, which is, by the way, the 18th handicapped hole in the course.
Right, it's the easiest hole in the golf course.
Yeah, par 5, and he just The drive didn't do them any good. But unbelievable. I thought it was a great tournament to watch.
I did
really
too. And is Valhalla one of my favorite golf courses? No, but I'm not. I'm not getting all bent out of shape because they destroyed it. I mean, I don't care if it's 8,000 yards long. If it's wet like that and there's no wind, those guys are going to tear it apart.
Yeah, because they can just plant the ball.
Yeah,
and that's what they did. You saw,
and
they
carry their drives over 300 yards of carry.
They don't need dry conditions to run.
No,
they're reaching a par 5 with it.
They don't need what I need.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get every stinking yard I can out of bounce on a fairway, man.
Yeah,
these guys fly at 320.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Yeah. By the way, the Phillies have been outrageous.
Yeah, the old lady's down at the game today.
Is that right?
Yeah, they have the
was that a work thing down there, Harry?
Yeah, they got about 30 people, I think, down there in section. I forget what they're down low. They have good seats, but yeah, they're down there. And the Phillies are 36-14. They're 6 games up on the Braves, and their run differential. Get this, plus 90.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Their run differential over the recent run of 28-6 or something.
Yeah,
is 111.
That's insane
in those games. It's unreal.
It really is. I mean, and now there's debate. There's always got to be debate. We can't just enjoy shit here.
No,
We've always got to debate it. Oh, well, I mean the schedule. They're picking apart the schedule because they played a lot of donkey teams for a stretch. Okay, hey, they beat them. I mean, you play who's on the schedule, and they beat them.
You cannot change.
I mean, wouldn't it be worse if they didn't have a good record against some of these bad teams that they've
been
playing?
They sucked the last bunch of years against Florida.
Yes,
against the Marlins. They're just beating the brakes off of everybody right now. They're up 6 games. Just enjoy it. People can't enjoy it. I'm telling you, Harry, as sure as I'm sitting here, for the most part, most Philadelphia, this isn't everybody, I'm not saying everyone, but most Philadelphia sports fans are more comfortable in misery than they are in happiness.
Yeah. Yeah, they are comfortable.
I don't know why, but they are.
I mean, this Texas
this
team
Rene
should
Cruz
be good.
fucking guy on here is just messaging stupidly, random names. Yeah, because I blame Brad Marsh for what happened to Pele Lindbergh. Dude, I'm gonna give you a break. Go away.
When was that? In 1983?
Put user in timeout.
When was that?
85. Jesus
85?
Christ. Why would you even fucking message that, you dickhead?
I don't know.
All right.
I appreciate him listening. You get all bent out of shape with these people. Start calling people names. It's just not right.
Well, fuck them. How's that, Harry?
But this Texas team is supposed to be good.
Guy.
I know their record isn't great. They're below 500, but they're destroying the Texas Rangers. They're beating everybody right now. So just enjoy it, But Ranger Suarez, I mean, this is a guy that I always liked and appreciated for what he
put it together, Harry.
Yeah, he put it together in the right year too. He's going to make a bag. He's going to get the bag, as they say.
He's going to get a lot of sheets, Harry.
And good for him. He's 9-0, and has a couple of shutouts, I believe. His ERA is 1.36. His WHIP, get this, 0.79. Walks and hits for innings pitched. He's pitched 66 innings, has 68 strikeouts. So that's the old strikeout per inning barometer.
Yeah,
he's been fantastic, and he was always a guy. I've said this before on here that they'd always pull him after 5 innings. The manager couldn't wait to get out there and yank him out of the game because he's got him through 5. Now we got to get to the pen. Like what? Yeah. It's almost like they didn't give him the credit that he deserved, and now they're letting him in games, and look what he's doing.
Yeah, he's been unbelievable. And it's funny because Rob Thompson, is he the right manager? 6-1-0, all that shit. Like, he's done a great job. Look, it's a long season, and we're not even in June yet. But
no, I know
I am enjoying
but just enjoy it.
Yeah, they're playing unbelievable baseball. They're hit, and they can hit. I mean,
and Suarez might start the All-Star game.
He frankly should.
Yeah. And they're doing this most recently without Turner, okay?
Yep.
And no Castellanos. I know he plays, but he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
He stinks right now. He's hitting like 200. And so those are 2 guys that you would think would be pivotal pieces in this lineup. And one is hurt, and the other plays but stinks.
Yeah, and
they're still winning.
It has not hurt them. I mean, 11 runs here. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
And look, all these years later, since Harper's been here, I just think the team has taken on such an identity from him.
Yeah. You're right.
It's just the fact of the matter. And
I
thought
Schwarber too. Schwarber, Realmuto. I mean, it just seems to be a great mix
pros.
Of guys. Yeah, and Brad Marsh came in here. From out. He's a Georgia boy, but he's playing for the Angels. I didn't know him from. He looked like the what's his name? Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump when he turned into the runner. When he was running through the desert. I'm like, who is this guy? I love him. He's fit perfectly with this team. I know he's not in the lineup today, but
it's like the identity. The team's got an organic identity.
Yeah.
They look like they're having fun all the time.
Yeah,
look,
Stott's
winning's fun.
Great too. I love Stott.
Yeah,
and Bohm's one of the best hitters in the league, hitting 330. He's got 20 doubles.
Yeah, it's unreal what they're doing, and a lot of fun to watch. And look, you hope it all pans out in October and that whole thing. But geez, man, unbelievable.
And Wheeler's on the hill today. He's been great.
Oh, yeah. He's one of those guys, Harry, that when you got him, you go, okay, good. Is he going to be a stud ace? He's been that.
Yeah. I mean, he was always real good with the Mets, but I didn't see this coming.
Yeah, the last couple of years, he's just been lights out, just unbelievable. Yeah. Best start in franchise history for the Phillies.
And how bad are the Mets?
Oh, they're hideous. Oh, my. Oh, my. Where's Gabe these days?
I hate to see it. And by the way,
said no one ever.
The New York Knicks are on the first tee.
Yeah, that's right. They got knocked out.
Screw the Knicks and screw their stupid fans, for acting like they won the frickin' NBA championship after they beat the Sixers for a couple of games. Like, okay, you're done.
Yeah, they got the Rangers, though.
And the Rangers are down 1-0.
Yeah, they are after a 3-0 goose egg by Bobrovsky last night.
I'll tell you, that Florida team's good.
Oh, they are good. I think that series is going 7. But
probably. Yeah, it's going to be really good.
Yeah, it's going to be.
But I've been watching the finals. The Eastern Conference Finals game was really good. Went to overtime, and I watched the Western Conference Finals last night. I'll tell you that Luka Doncic, man, I can't take my eyes off him either.
Yeah,
he's really fun to watch. So sports right now is pretty good.
How's the YouTube TV with the multicast going for you?
I did it last night.
Yeah,
I had the hockey and the basketball on.
Yeah.
And
that's great, isn't it?
Oh, it's great. And I finally figured out, how to toggle for the volume. Like I was toggling.
Just move over.
But then I was hitting the center button, and what that does is it actually takes you to that game solo. So I had to figure that out. But it's great.
Yeah,
I love the YouTube TV. It's
wow. That's a ringing endorsement.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Can they sponsor this show?
They should.
I'll do a goddamn show every 2 days. I'll do it every 1 day if they sponsor it.
Yeah. It is. I think YouTube TV is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more clumsy in navigation than, like Xfinity or whatever, Comcast.
I don't know.
Just a little bit, just because it loads and because you're streaming it. You're not.
But when I had my Comcast and I would go to like the ESPN Plus app, it would take forever.
Oh, yeah, because you're streaming that, but from a service that's not great at streaming.
Correct. But this is much faster when it comes to that.
Yep, yeah. Totally agree. And you liking the Roku, huh?
Yeah, love the Roku. I mean, the remote, it took a little while to get used to because of where some of the buttons are. Like I kept hitting like the mute button because of the way I held the little remote. It's such a tiny little remote.
Yeah.
That I'd hit the volume button, but I figured it out.
It's like it's like an old school lighter.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, right.
So yeah, I'm glad you're navigating well and really kind of falling into it.
Now, did you see? I know you put on the list Eagles OTAs. I'm like, what? I'm not talking OTAs.
Yeah,
what is this?
What is going on?
There's enough. A sconce gate? Is there something to actually talk about?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, exactly. I saw one of the reporters put out who didn't show up, and remember that would you would beg for that.
Oh,
because that would give you a day how does he not show up?
Yeah, like Kerry Williams.
Yeah, right. But the schedule came out in between our last show and this show.
Yeah, weird schedule, by the way.
It is. I agree.
2 games at Lincoln Financial Field before Thanksgiving. Is that it?
Because they're in Brazil, which counts as a home game.
Which is stupid.
I know. I'm so out on this. I know they're money-grubbing, greedy fucks, and that's all they care about.
It should count as a road game for both teams, Harry. How the hell can you do that? I guess you got to make one team home team. I get it, but Jesus.
Yeah. Well, so then they have Atlanta at home the next week, and then they have an early bye, which I think stinks.
Yeah, it's not
Cleveland at home. When is the Jacksonville game? Because that's another home game.
That's November 3rd, actually.
6. So then that's a third home game. I think they've got Washington is a Thursday night game before Thanksgiving too, isn't it?
It is correct. Yes. So they have 3 home games before Thanksgiving.
No, they got 4 plus Green Bay.
Well, 3. There's a 3 at Lincoln Financial Field, right? So there's Atlanta.
No. There's 4.
Cleveland,
Atlanta, Cleveland, Jacksonville, and Washington.
And Washington. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, I hate the Brazil shit. I don't care about NFL Europe at all. I couldn't care less. Yep. The early bye stinks to me. You want that a little bit later in the season because you know
10, 12 in that range.
Get it out of the way early, then you got to run the table, of every week. And they've got it this 4-game stretch here at the Giants, at Cincinnati, Jacksonville, at Dallas. That is tough. Mm-hmm. Then they have at the Rams and the Ravens back to back on the road.
Yeah.
There are too many prime time
At least
games.
the Ravens are the second part of that, and that's an easy one, provided they get the Scott Key Bridge opened again.
What do you mean easy one?
Well, it's not travel-wise.
Oh, I don't care about the travel. The team's good.
Well,
Baltimore's good.
No, you're right about that. But, I mean, look, you're going to Los Angeles the week before on Sunday night.
Right. And then the next week is a Sunday late afternoon game. Baltimore's coming off a short week, though. I believe they play the Monday night game. So that's a benefit.
Okay, so that is
for the Eagles. That's a benefit for the Eagles. Too many primetime games for my old ass. I hate the night games.
Yeah, too late for you.
Yeah, too late for me. But other than that, I mean, at the end of the season, it gets pretty easy. Carolina and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's not easy. I don't mean to say that, but they're at home at least. It's a home game. And then they finish with Dallas and the Giants at home. At least they don't play Dallas on week 18.
When it means nothing.
When it usually means nothing, and for one team at least, and you don't get you know what I mean? Like week 17, both teams probably need that game.
I think the week 18 of every season should never be against a division team. I think it should be against the other conference because of that.
Yes, that would be
it mitigates.
It's a throwaway game.
Yep.
Yeah, put the Cleveland Browns in that week against the Eagles.
Yep,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But
or Jacksonville.
They got to go to Cincinnati, at Baltimore, at the Rams isn't easy. At New Orleans, Tampa Bay. I mean, Tampa Bay beat them in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, they did.
Their road schedule's pretty tough. But yeah, I mean, where's your road trip? If you had to pick a place to go, you're going to Brazil?
No.
You could do a little F1. You could hang out with some F1 people down there.
Is that around the same time, Harry? As
I don't know, but
Interlagos?
People are nuts about it down there. You could do like a show and take your simulator down there.
See, if they were going down there in November, I'd go, Harry, because the the Sao Paulo Grand Prix is on November 3rd.
Oh, okay. Well, that would be huge.
Yeah, down there at Interlagos.
Wow, they're bananas for that sport down there.
Oh well, Ayrton Senna, the great F1 driver, died 30 years ago last week. As a matter of fact,
did you have a little memorial service for him?
They did at Imola, where he passed away, at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Harry.
Oh, he died in a race.
He died. Yeah.
Wow.
He died in the race the day before. Roland Ratzenberger died in qualifying at that track.
Wow.
And Senna knew something was up and things weren't right. And then the next day in the race, he crashed in the first chicane there, and he died.
Now, what's a chicane?
Multiple turns.
Oh, okay.
So a turn leading into a turn, like it would go like that,
All right. Yeah. Didn't they have one of the chicanes in that Miami course?
Under the highway. Well, they always have a chicane.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was 30 years ago, and then this week is the Monaco Grand Prix, the granddaddy of them all, and on the old streets of Monaco, which is a really shitty race, but
is it?
And
why is it a shitty race? I mean, that's like kind of where it started, didn't it?
Well, it's built for old F1 cars. Cars are too big to drive this track now. You can't overtake.
Gotcha.
You can't overtake anybody.
So they have to really slow. They get really slow in those turns, right?
Because you can't get around them. You can just slow people down. Strategy can come in, and it can be wet, which is even more perilous there. I mean, they are literally going the thickness of a loose leaf piece of paper, Harry, between the tires and the wall to maximize lap time. It is incredible. Qualifying is fascinating there because it's so tight. But, the McLaren is running a special livery this week in honor of Ayrton Senna with the yellow and the green, which should be very cool.
So that's the color of the car?
Yeah, that's the paint scheme.
So you're using all these terms that most people don't understand, like livery?
Yeah, that's called a livery, which is...
Okay, and a chicane?
Yes.
We got chicane. You got the chicane.
You got chicane, you got your livery, the whole thing.
But my buddy Joe, the sales guy over at Battaglia Auto Sales, where I get all my cars for me and the Lima, is a big F1 guy, and he listens to this podcast. And I said, yeah, you got to listen to Jason's F1 stuff. He does a podcast on that. And he asked, does he really have a simulator? I go, yeah, he's into it. Yeah,
it's right there, Harry. We raced last night, as a matter of fact, at Mexico, and then the second race last night was in China.
Oh, wow.
We had, I think, a fifth and a fourth last night.
Wow. Yeah. I had a fifth last night, too.
Yeah, you did a vodka.
Oh!
A good Russian vodka.
Yeah. Bruno be looking for a rim shot. Where's my rim shot, Robin?
Is the soundboard hooked up, Robin? It is Memorial Day weekend, Harry, the unofficial start to summer. So let's tell the people about Fudge Kitchen.
Oh, yeah, the official sponsor.
This is Fudge Kitchen season, frankly.
It totally is. It starts now. It's always Fudge Kitchen season, but it really kicks into high gear in the summer.
On the
official sponsor of Not For Long Media and the Odgies podcast, a staple down the Jersey Shore. They got 6 locations down there: Cape May, Wildwood, Stone Harbor, Ocean City. And they make all of their fudge and treats right in the store. It's going to be guaranteed to be delicious products. So stop by and let them know that we sent you. But if you're not able to get there, that's not a problem. You can still enjoy it. They can ship it right to you. Just go to their website, fudgekitchens.com. Now, some more stuff to get to. Did you see this thing? You're a Penn State guy, a Penn State honk, along with Libby Lombo, your buddy. $700 million renovation of Old Beaver Stadium has been approved. Did you see that?
I saw that. It's incredible. It's a lot of dough, man. What are they doing to it?
Well, that's they're putting up obviously better boards. That place is a dump. I mean, I did games there as a media guy, having to go up and down into that rickety. The press box was atrocious.
Yeah,
and just. They
put a lot of luxury boxes in when they put the other deck in.
Right, that's on the other side.
Yeah,
and I've never been.
Where they said they'd never build one, Harry, because it blocked the view of Mount Nittany.
Right, yeah.
Until the money came in.
Exactly right. Yeah, and then they build up the each of the ends too.
Yep.
But they said on here, besides like new scoreboards and video boards and all that kind of stuff, it said they're going to winterize it to hopefully host a playoff game in the college football playoff, which would be in December, January.
Okay, so
now what does winterizing it mean? They're not putting a dome over it.
No, that would be well more than $700 million.
Exactly. So how do you winterize that old place? I mean, I'm just curious. I don't expect you to have the answer.
Yeah, I don't know. Because you can obviously get weather there if it's a college football playoff game. Do you put heaters in the turf, or I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means. That would be summarizing it, though, to me.
Yeah, but I mean, it's long overdue.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not gonna build another stadium there and tear that down. I mean,
you just update it.
Yeah, so that got approved.
It's basically just an erector set with bleachers.
It is. Yeah, you're exactly right. It is. Did you see this? And I don't think it's finalized yet, because I think TNT and Warner Brothers, the parent company, is still trying to hold on to some of it. The NBA television rights, ESPN, NBC, and Amazon apparently are going to have the rights deal for the NBA starting in, I guess, 2026. So that means 2025 will be the last year for TNTs inside the NBA, which to me is better than the basketball games, especially during the regular season. It's the only reason to watch.
It's a great show.
It is.
The cast is great with Ernie and Barkley and Shaq and
Penny.
The whole thing. To me, they blazed a new trail in sports entertainment when they did that show the way they did. And frankly, it's gone over to the hockey. I watched the NHL playoffs on ESPN, and I'm like, it's so bad.
TNT's is good.
And TNT is phenomenal.
ESPN ruins everything, and they're going to ruin this too. They've already, largely ruined the NBA for me. But if they get this and no TNT at all,
I think that the NBA takes a hit. I agree.
Gonna be awful. Well, the NBA is way down anyway, too. Not many people are watching this. I know ESPN and Stephen A. and all their pundits try to tell you that everybody's into it. No, they're not.
They're not. No,
they're not. And they also are not into the WNBA. They're trying to jam this up my keister now because of this Caitlin Clark stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody's watching it. Okay? Stop.
The TNT show they've done with the NHL with Biz and
he's great.
Henrik Lundqvist right there now, who was built for TV, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well-spoken, good-looking, the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think that Liam McHugh does a great job kind of just serving everybody up.
He came over from the NBC show.
He did.
Years ago, yeah.
And that show is phenomenal. When they get player interviews, they're great.
Yeah.
They're finally showing, some personality in this game, full of personality. But all we've heard about is get pucks deep and work hard, right? Forecheck, back check, paycheck. That's all we've heard about for fucking years. And these guys are actually pulling personality out of the game that anybody involved in the game knew it was there, but anybody not involved had no clue. They think these guys are robots.
You got to get pucks in deep and win the battles. And
time and space.
Put pucks in front of the net and then get them into the back of the net.
Yeah. Oh, it's unbelievable.
So that I saw that. That was a big story.
That'd be a big law. You wonder if somebody if one of these networks just takes the entire TNT show and just moves it over with their producers and everything.
Yeah, well, that's I guess
that'd be wise.
I guess that would be a possibility.
They won't though. They'll think they can do it better, Harry.
Right.
These executives.
Right. Yeah, for cheaper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Now Martin Roach. What's this here?
It's been so long that Harry's growing a beard.
Making reference to it's been so long since our last show, I assume, right?
Is that what he means? Or is this show's been so long that Harry's growing
No. I've had this scruff for years.
Yeah, I started the show today cleanly shaven, Harry.
Yeah. You did.
All right, let's wrap it up there on that note.
Well, what else do we have?
Nothing.
Let me look at your list.
We hit everything.
Oh, no, we didn't.
We
didn't. We got NHL playoffs. Michkov coming over for the Flyers, ?
Yeah, we don't know yet. There's no new news there. But look, I'm a firm believer that when there's repeated situations of smoke, there's likely a fire.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you get smoke and there's no fire. And it's just smoke.
Mm-hmm.
But when smoke keeps making itself present, there's usually a fire somewhere. I think he's going to end up coming over. I think they're probably trying to work that out. I don't have any inside information.
Okay.
But that would obviously be huge. I mean, the guy dropped in the draft because nobody thought he was going to come over. Had teams known that he would come over draft plus one, he would have gone second to Bedard.
Really?
He would have gone second in the draft to Bedard.
When did he go? What?
Seventh.
Seventh, okay.
Yep. Well, he also didn't take meetings with a few teams like Arizona,
Yeah. Well, who can blame him?
Yeah, and he came over. Yeah. He was in Voorhees at the Flyers training center the week before the draft. Nobody knew. Mm-hmm. He's over there with his family playing bubble hockey downstairs at the training center
and being interviewed.
And
Briere and
yeah, I mean
Jonesy and everybody.
They rolled it out for him.
Yeah.
And he wanted to be here, so he wasn't taking interviews with other teams at the draft, and he wanted to come here. And the guy's a fucking animal.
Yeah,
he's not going to go out there and destroy people physically,
right?
But the offensive skill and hockey IQ is just
now. Where could some people see some of his? Is there YouTube stuff where you can watch him?
Yeah, just put him in the Google search engine. You'll find plenty of stuff. I mean, he scored multiple Michigan goals in a season.
People don't know how to spell it. Is it Michkov?
Yeah, and it's Matvey, Matvey Michkov.
Matvey Michkov.
Michkov.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Okay.
look, draft year +1 in. Think of all the great Russian players that have come over. Whether you're talking about Malkin or you're talking about, more recently a guy like Kirill Kaprizov. Panarin wasn't even drafted, but draft +1, he was 1 point behind the all-time leader in that regard, which was Kaprizov, but he did it in 11 less games.
Wow.
He
How
was
about that
1 point.
Pavel Bure back in the day?
The Russian Rocket, Harry.
I love that guy.
I loved him.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the Russian Rocket.
Ovechkin.
Yeah, of course.
Did he come over right away?
Yeah, he did right away. He was
did?
number 1
Okay.
overall. Yeah.
Okay.
2000.
Wow.
I think 3 or 4. So yeah, he's got superstar written all over him.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
And then the hot takers are out there going, "Oh, John Tortorella shouldn't coach him. He's going to ruin a young, skilled player." I go, okay. How'd that work with Vinny LeCavalier? How'd that work with Zach Werenski more recently? These fucking people and the dumb narratives drive me crazy.
Yeah. I am out on narratives. I'm all about facts.
Yeah.
That's all
I've
I
had
want is facts.
narratives was good for the first 50 years of life, Harry.
Right.
Post
Yeah.
50, give me facts.
Give me facts. No
Not the
bullshit.
facts of life.
Right. That was a terrible show.
Oh, except for Blair was a bomb.
Yeah, I didn't like her.
No?
No, she was the one with the big feathered hair. Like,
Yeah. She was the
I
bombshell.
never went for that look back then.
What about Tootie, Harry? Wasn't that her name?
Well, no. Who was the old lady? The nanny or whatever. What was her name?
Oh, Barbara or something like
she
that.
had like red hair, didn't she?
Yeah.
In a bun or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that show. That was stupid.
Look, Kim Fields was.
That was Tootie, I think.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to bring
She
it
was
up.
Cute.
Yeah, absolutely.
A Tootie.
The facts of life.
Doesn't Gargano have a Tootie?
It was Mrs. Garrett.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And Lisa Welchel was Blair.
Yeah.
Joe, who was kind of like the rebel, right? That was Nancy McKeon. Kim Fields, of course, was Tootie Ramsey. Mm-hmm. It was a good show.
Yeah.
Charlotte Ray was the actor who played Edna Garrett was her name.
Okay. Wow.
The facts of life.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up there. We have certainly gone well beyond where we should have. Everybody, we'll be back next week. Maybe next week, 97 of the LG's pod. We can't promise anything.
Right.
But have a great week. We'll talk to you next